going on, guys? It's your boy Dom Kemp, and today we're back on our sports podcast. Just want to say, first up, thank you for 25 subscribers. Those of you who subscribed yesterday, God bless you, and I thank you so much. Guys, our goal right now is getting to 30 subscribers. Guys, 5 more subscribers from 30, and then, of course, hopefully this channel keeps on growing. But other than that, guys, we had Selection Sunday. Selection Sunday. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what is that? Well, those of you who listened to my last night's podcast, guys, I was so close to getting the top 4 right. Oh my gosh, I'm frustrated at that. But I was so close to getting the top 4 right. And here's my top 4. At number 1, I had Oklahoma. Number 2, I had Clemson. Number 3, I had Georgia. And number 4, I had Alabama. So the only one I got wrong was number 1 and number 2 spots. Clemson is number 1. Oklahoma is number 2. Alabama is number 4. Georgia is number 3. So I only got one wrong, the number 1 and 2. But guys, then I said it was my personal opinion that Oklahoma should be number 1. Those of you who listened throughout the whole podcast, I will put in a link in the description to it. Those of you who missed it, guys, I almost predicted the Final Four. Almost. But then Clemson and Oklahoma got mixed up, and then I was like, oh, crap, here we go. But, guys, oh, yeah, and by the way, numbers 5 and 6, Ohio State and Wisconsin. Now, that's interesting because it looks like Wisconsin's going to get a second chance to play Ohio State. Now, that's interesting, in my opinion. But, guys, and here are actually the matchups. So, number 1, Clemson versus number 4, Alabama. So, last year's national title game. And number 2, Oklahoma versus number 3, Georgia. Oh, my gosh, I'm getting the feels right now. If Oklahoma beats Georgia, I believe they can take it all. That is my personal opinion, and I have full faith in Baker Mayfield as long as he's healthy, as long as he's fit, and stuff like that. Many of you commented on my last night's Naudio podcast, where is UCF? And then I responded to that comment, and I said this. Here's what I said, guys, okay? So I'm going to go to my previous video that I recorded. Audio that I recorded last night. Those of you who listened to it, over 100 people came to that. So God bless all of you who came to, and those of you who left thumbs up, I think it's on 3 or 4 likes right now. Much appreciated, and once again, God bless you all as well. Much appreciated, guys. It's been much appreciated. I love giving my opinion, and the people in my comments literally have constructive criticism to say. They say what they want. Oh, my apologies. Whoa, chill. Okay. My apologies about that, guys. That's my entrance right there. Okay, guys. So let me read a couple comments. Those are the people who commented on last night's video. Much appreciated. And then it's right now at 400. Oh, my gosh. 448 views, 5 likes, 0 dislikes. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much, everyone. Those of you, this video hasn't even been out for hasn't even been out for 24 hours already. It has 5 likes and 448 views. What the heck? Thank you so much, guys. But guys, here's what I'm going to do. So, shout out to Crimson Tide. He said, you got it right. I picked the same teams. So we pretty much picked neither Oklahoma or Clemson at number 1, and then one of them at number 2. Awesome, awesome. Okay, here we go, guys. Reading from Savage Savant. The fact that Clemson lost to Syracuse exposes the fact that when they underestimate their opponent, they can be beaten easily. Georgia and Oklahoma are the best 2 teams. The Sooners have a very well-rounded team. Now, first and foremost, what I'm going to say. So are you telling me, Savage Savant, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, that Georgia is better than Clemson? I highly doubt it, but hey, that is his opinion, guys. I'm not trying to screw over anybody's opinions or anything. I'm reading the opinions due to the fact that this is from last night's podcast, and you guys went ham on it. 5 likes and over 448 views. What the heck? Thank you so much, guys. Okay, here we go. Reading the rest of it real quick. 2 teams. The Sooners have a very well-rounded team. They use their tight end resourcefully and spread out the field consistently. But Georgia has serious offensive depth. Okay, they have the best running back corps and great defense. Georgia's gotten better and better, and with their win over Auburn, it shows that they have what it takes to overcome adversity. I believe that Georgia will win it all, Oh, but Oklahoma could take it too. So, what I'm seeing right now is that Savage Savant is saying that Georgia or Oklahoma is going to win the whole thing. Now, I have a thing about Georgia that many of you are probably wondering, okay. So, you're saying that Alabama is lesser than Georgia, and Alabama's also lesser than Oklahoma. I understand they lost to Auburn. I get that. But that's interesting to think about right there. That's a great assumption there by Savage Savant. But I believe, in my opinion, the most high-powered offense in the nation is Oklahoma. And I believe this as well, guys, that it is going to be Oklahoma and Clemson in the final two. It's going to be them in the national championship. That's what I believe. Of course, if you have another opinion, hey, please, guys, comment in this podcast right now and let me know, because I will definitely respond, and I love everybody's comments, of course, as long as it's constructive and it's informational, something that I didn't understand before, and you guys let me know about it. Next comment was Regina McKinney and Alabama has a joke schedule. Well, I don't know about that. It's not that Alabama had a joke schedule. It's that they're so good every year that the college football committee expects them to be at the top every single year. And I'm actually glad that they're not number one and they're playing Alabama first. I love that. I love that because Clemson has something to prove. They beat Alabama in the national championship last year, but Alabama also has something to prove. They didn't play in their SEC championship game, and they have something they want to say against Clemson. So have to give... I wouldn't really say it's a joke schedule, but it's a schedule nonetheless, guys. And how I responded to Regina McKinney's little criticism of Alabama's schedule was they had a few standout games that were against ranked opponents at the time. That's all I said. The next one, once again, was Regina McKinney. And she said, what about UCF? Now, many of you guys are probably like, well, UCF went undefeated. They should be in the top 6, the top 4, yada, yada, yada. No, they shouldn't. And the reason why is this. Now, many of you guys are going to say, oh, dude, what are you talking about? No, hold up. I'm going to explain it to you. The reason UCF should not be in the top 5, the top 6, whatever it is this. This is what I said. I said, look at their schedule. Who on there is the committee going to say is a standout opponent? It's easy to go undefeated when you haven't played real competition. Look at Wisconsin, for example. They were undefeated, and then they played Ohio State. So it just goes to show you guys, just because a team's undefeated doesn't mean they have what it takes to play the big dogs. So are you saying that UCF can beat Alabama? Are you saying that UCF can beat Clemson? Are you saying that UCF can beat Oklahoma? Are you saying that UCF can beat Ohio State? I doubt it. And that's the only reason why I disagreed with Regina McKinney's comments. That's the only reason why. Because, listen to this. If they can't beat a standout team such as, oh wow, great example. Can they beat Wisconsin? Wisconsin didn't have standout opponents on their schedule, and they somehow made it in the top 6. Shocker, but it happens. Other than that, guys, that was responding to Regina McKinney's comment, what about UCF, and they're undefeated. And then somebody down below by the name of Douglas Vaughn said, I'm with you. Going undefeated and winning your conference does not count. Why play? So, here's why they play. If the athletic director would make a tougher schedule, then I could understand why UCF would be in the top competition, if you know what I'm saying. So, here, real quick, I'll be back. Sorry about that, guys. I am back, and I know it only took a second to get back. But, guys, I just want to say real quick, actually, while I was on the phone, a new subscriber came in. CB Pattern 76. Shout out to you. You are my 26th subscriber on the channel. Much appreciated. But, guys, where were we? Oh, yeah. I know where we were. We were talking about college football and reading my comments from my prediction video. So, guys, we're back, and Alexander Stoles commented on that video. Good video. a good video. Ohio State deserves to be in, but Bama's the better team. So it's much interesting at this point right now as we jump into it. And then Crimson Tide said the better team is the one that deserves to be in. So pretty interesting in that sense, form and fashion right there as we move on in that situation. But other than that, guys, those are all the comments from that video. I just want to say shout out to the new subscribers, CB Pattern. Welcome to the club. And now it's on 602 views. I just refreshed it and it's on 602 views. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Other than that, though, guys, let's read the article from ESPN at this point as we jump into it, guys. So ESPN said this: Crimson, Alabama, Oklahoma, Georgia set for playoff semis. Clemson, Oklahoma, and Georgia took care of business in their respective conference championship games on Saturday and received berths Sunday in the college football playoff. It also says Alabama was selected as the 4th team over Ohio State. The number 1 Tigers will face the number 4 Crimson Tide in the All-State Sugar Bowl, and the number 2 Sooners will play the number 3 Bulldogs in the Rose Bowl game. Presented by Northwestern Mutual on January 1st as announced Sunday by the CFP Selection Committee. Moving on, Georgia is seeking its first national title since 1980, the largest active drought among teams in the CFP. Clemson won in 2016, Alabama won in 2015, and Oklahoma won in 2000. Alabama opened as a 1-point favorite over Clemson, and Oklahoma opened as a 3-point favorite over Georgia at the Westgate Las Vegas Superbook. The semifinal winners will play for the national title on January 8th in Atlanta. It's the 3rd straight season that Alabama and Clemson will meet in the playoffs, though this time in semifinals, my apologies. The Tide beat the Tigers in a classic national championship game in Glendale, Arizona 2 seasons ago. The teams played another thriller last season and Clemson took the title in Tampa, Florida. It's just the 2nd time that 2 teams will have met in a bowl game in 3 straight years. USC and Ohio State played in the Rose Bowl in 3 consecutive years from 1972 to 1974. Alabama, 11-1, made the cut despite being idle Saturday and not winning the SEC title. Its lone loss was a 26-14 setback to Auburn in the Iron Bowl on November 25th. The Buckeyes, 11-2, held on to beat Wisconsin 27-21 in the Big Ten championship game, but had a 31-point loss to unranked Iowa on its resume. CFP Committee Chairman Kirby Holcutt said the 31-point loss to Iowa weighed Ohio State down, and the Buckeyes were not close enough to the Tide for the Big Ten championship result to matter. As we saw Alabama play week in and week out, the selection committee believed Alabama was the better football team. Boom! It just proves right there. Alabama is the better football team over Ohio State, right there. When you looked at their resume, it was impressive, but it wasn't enough for the selection committee to place them in above Alabama. By choosing Alabama over Ohio State for the number 4 spot, the selection committee had to deem the Tide non-equivocally better, which allows it to disregard the tiebreaker criteria. It is the same scenario that allowed the Buckeyes to get in last year without winning their division and in spite of a head-to-head loss to Penn State. Alabama is the only team to have appeared in every playoff since they began in 2014. Ohio State finished number 5 and Wisconsin number 6. After a 38-3 blowout win over Miami, defending national champion Clemson, 12-1, has now won 3 straight ACC titles and clinched the number 1 spot in the playoff rankings for the 2nd time in 3 years. Oklahoma, 12-1, overcame a stunning loss to Iowa State in October to win its 3rd straight Big 12 title with a commanding 41-17 win over TCU. Georgia, 12-1, thrashed Auburn 28-7 in the SEC championship game, avenging its only loss of the season, an ugly 40-17 defeat at Auburn 3 weeks ago, in which it was thoroughly dominated on both sides of the ball. Georgia and Oklahoma have never played. The Bulldogs have surged in their 2nd season under Coach Kirby Smart. After winning 8 games last season, Georgia won the SEC title for the first time since 2005. Oklahoma is in the playoff for the 2nd time and will likely bring the Heisman Trophy winner. Quarterback Baker Mayfield is the favorite to win the award next weekend. If so, Mayfield will be the 3rd player to go from winning the Heisman on to playoff, joining Oregon's Marcus Mariota in 2014 and Alabama's Derrick Henry in 2015. Oklahoma's Lincoln Riley is the first coach to reach the college football playoff in his first season as an FBS head coach. Only 2 coaches in the poll era since 1936 have won a national title in their first season coaching at the major college level. Larry Cocker at Miami in 2001, and Benny Nosterbaum at Michigan in 1948. The four coaches received significant bonuses for leading their teams to the playoff. Georgia's Kirby Smart receives $500,000. Clemson's W.O. Sweeney and Alabama's Nick Saban each earned $200,000, while Oklahoma's Riley gets $75,000. So there you have it, guys. That is going to be the end of the podcast. Those of you who listened all the way through, shout out to you all, and God bless all of you. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you guys enjoyed this and got a little bit of information from this, hit a thumbs up on it. And if you are new and listening to my podcast for the first time, if you haven't heard my college football predictions last night before the committee chose, then go ahead. It's in the comment section down below and in the description box down below. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for all your support. Almost at 30 subs, 4 more to go. Let's get it. Peace, guys. Wow.